So let's face it, those first boat dives can be very stressful because you're new to diving, you're new to the equipment, you're new to how things work on the dive boat. Everyone else on the dive boat has 10,000 dives and know exactly what they're doing except you. At least that's what I thought when I first started diving, and I caused myself a lot of undue stress. So I want to share these tips with you so you can be less stressed and not feel intimidated on that dive boat. Hi, I'm Dianne from scubadivingsmiles.com. Now, my first tip for beginning scuba divers is remember we all start at zero. Remember, everyone was a beginner once and everyone started out with 0 dives. Even that guy next to you that has 3,571 dives, and you only know that because he announced it loudly so the whole boat knows, he started out with 0 too. Nobody's born an experienced diver. We all go through the same process, and you're just in a different point in the process. It's no big deal. And you will get there just like that other diver as you go along the process and get some more dives under your belt. Now, another tip for beginning scuba divers is do not compare yourself to anyone else. This is your time and your journey to enjoy scuba diving. The experience of the other divers on the boat doesn't affect your dive. Just concentrate on yourself and on your gear. So just try and relax and enjoy that ride out to the dive site and those no experiences you're going to have underwater. What difference does it make to your dive if the guy sitting over there has 10 dives, 1,000 dives, 10,000 dives? It's not going to affect you, unless of course he's your dive buddy, but that's another issue. And another thing you can do to feel less intimidated and less stressful is before you get on the dive boat, watch some videos that have some boat diving tips in it, or read some articles about boat diving. They tell you what to do. And I actually made a video like that, and I'll link to it in the description below, which will give you tips on the practical side of boat diving and what to do once you are on the boat. So you know what to do with your gear and where to sit and those issues, which is a different issue than what I'm addressing here, which is how to feel less intimidated and less stressed when you are on the boat. So watching the videos or reading the articles will give you more confidence once you do walk on the boat, because most boat dives are fairly similar. So you get on the boat, you get to your spot, you get your gear set up, you get yourself all ready, you listen to the dive briefing, you make your way to the back of the boat or on the side for a side entry, and then you go down. I mean, of course, some dive boats will have different procedures. Say one dive master wants you to set up before you even leave the dock. Another dive master may want you to touch your gear until you're underway. But just listen to the dive master, listen to the briefing, ask any questions. It's no big deal if you're not sure what you should do. But this way, if you're prepared a little bit ahead of time of what actually happens once you do get on the dive boat, that will take out a lot of the stress and intimidation factor of getting on that dive boat. So do you get intimidated on the dive boat? I'd like to hear. Please let me know in the comments below. Now, my next tip for beginning scuba divers is to chill out and ignore those divers. If you don't yet, you will soon know what type of diver I'm talking about. And these are the ones that have to brag about their perceived expertise and achievements, and you will know because they loudly announce it all over the boat or in the dive shop as you're getting ready to go out. You know, it's that guy that went down for X number of feet for X number of minutes and he came up with 5,000 psi in his tank. But don't worry, because it doesn't affect you. Just tune him out. And one guy in particular sticks out in my mind. We were diving in the Turks and Caicos, and the dive shop sent around a van to pick up the divers. Now, this one guy gets on and proceeds to start a monologue about all his diving achievements and his certifications and blah, blah, blah. Now, mind you, we hadn't asked, but I guess we felt we needed to know this. Now, once we got to the dive shop, the guy goes to sign in, and they didn't have his certification yet, sent it in beforehand. Well, he proceeds to announce loudly so no one can miss it that he has X number of dives and this certification and blah, blah, blah. But he proceeded to ask the dive master checking him in if he knew what type of certification he had that he had just talked about. But I was like, really? You're asking a dive master in a dive shop who's checking you in if he had heard of your type of certification? But right then and there, I know, stay away from that diver because I don't want to be anywhere near you. But I want to say that for the most part, divers are friendly and helpful in spite of what I just said, because there's always going to be an outlier. But divers are a friendly and helpful lot. And don't hesitate to ask other divers for their opinion or help with something, or if you have a question. Most are more than willing to help out, especially a newer scuba diver, because they remember what they were like once too. Remember, we were all new once, and they had those same questions, I'm sure. So if you are uncertain or something about a different procedure, open yourself up and ask a fellow diver. You will probably be pleasantly surprised, but maybe not that diver. But if you want to look more like a seasoned diver and you want some tips on the practical side of boat diving, not what we covered here, check out this video right here where I share with you tips on what you should do once you are on that dive boat. And I will also link to it in the description below. And I hope to see you there. In the meantime, happy and safe diving.